Well, hello, my little potato, you beautiful soul. Oh, I made it to Florida. Had a great day. We ended the day by going to the beach, and I got uh, the aisle seat on one plane, the window seat on the other, and I can see the merits of a window seat. If you're gonna sleep, like it's a good place for it. So that worked out. My friend picked me up from the airport, and it's nice to ride around with someone who understands you and who, I don't know, explain it, mm, like I know you listen to me, and I don't worry about you hating me or canceling me for something that I say. But it's different when it's in person, and I really appreciated that a lot. And it's different. Like even though I talk to you significantly more often, there's something to be said about in-person communication, which is so different from leaving you a message. Different, and each is good in their own way, of course. So I'm not saying that, but it's nice, to have quality time with people. We came back to the house, set up, did a little tour. Um, Ate lunch. Later on, like her friend came over, and we played. We talked, and then we ended up going. Another friend came over, and we ended up going to get pizza. We got cheese pizza from this place called Carmen's Market, and it was actually really good. And we had, for dessert, we had a mango yuzu chantilly cake, and it was so delicious. And they had never had chantilly cake before, so they were like, "How is this cake so moist?" And I don't know the answer to that. I'm not a big. I mean, I am a baker. I just never really made cake. So that was really good. My friend described the cake as tangy, which is different. That's not usually how you describe cake. It was delicious. And then tomorrow we have a lot of plans tomorrow. We're gonna do a meditation. She's gonna teach me a meditation. I'm very excited about that. And then I'm excited about we're gonna work tomorrow. I thought about something today that we could work on, and she's gonna help me work on that. Because we're both good at what we do, I guess, but she's better at the integration and the operations and the processes and all that, and I'm better at the creation, and so that's a good balance. And so we're gonna work on that. I came up with an idea. She had it out. She had a what's it called? Potential marketing plan. So we'll see how that all works. Um, I shared with her, the story of the tales of Keegan and Mabel, and we shall see. But we came up with. I told her about one of my other ideas that I'd had about a book, and she was like, "Ooh, I like that one." So, and it would have to do with kind of like literacy. I think it would be like a mix of literacy and an activity, and I think all of that is really good, and it's different. And we both, you know, and she's gonna help me to be more confident, so I don't not scared to go talk to people. Because she said even when she was dating, she like matched with people she thought she would never have a chance in hell with, just so they could say no. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting way. So I'm not trying to date anybody at this current moment, but I thought that was a really good idea. So working on things like getting used to rejection. I mean, I guess in theory, I've kind of gotten used to rejection because of all the emails that I've sent, and things that I've applied to, and it's just like no, no, no. And then sometimes I get to know why now, why no, and then sometimes I don't. Like that influencer event that I applied to in that was this month, and I was gonna fly to LA on Wednesday. I was also rejected because A, I wasn't strong, my application wasn't strong enough, but B, I went to New Orleans that day. So I found out right away, and there's things that I know that I need to work on that are going to make me a better founder. And if I'm able to get those things going, then I'll have activating actions, I think that's going to be my theme for what's it called? August. Just thought about that. Um, what else is there? But going on the beach, we went on the beach at night. And it was so lovely just to be able to sit and I wouldn't say like there's a beach smell, but like hear it. Like right now you can hear the sounds. I think I can hear them clearly. And even though it's a balcony, it's a covered balcony, you're still able to come out here when it rains. It's quiet. And I enjoy this a lot. So I've just got to figure things out. I don't know how I'm going to be able to move up here, of course, and we should things the same. We operate under the assumption that I'm moving out here. Don't know when, don't know how. But I really do think that it's like the Little Mermaid. I don't know when and I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. And I had good feeling, and it's every day I ask the universe for a clear sign in my reality to show me I'm on the right path. And today when I was driving, I saw 888, which is, the number for abundance. And I just like little things, like even I was dreading sitting in the middle seat on the plane. I was like, I don't want to sit in the middle seat. And then the person who I was sitting next to, she said, hey, my husband's across the aisle in a window seat. Do you want to trade his your middle seat for a window seat? And I was like, yes, and all of those things. And so many things are, maybe they're not always big things, right? But it's like one of those things that I say that if you only look for the big things, you end up missing the small things. And the small little things, like being able to go to the beach at night. Just the fact that, we were talking about, oh, well, her friend lives in one building, she lives in this building. And I was like, oh, I'll live in that building. And they're like, that's the most expensive one. That's actually the one that I was looking at online. But it has like a wraparound covered balcony. I can see them from here. And that's what I said in my visualization, that I wanted a place with a covered balcony, so that way, when it's raining, I can open the doors and like see this, So if I can do that, and if I can get that, then why wouldn't I work towards that, right? And that's what I'm working towards, is to be able to do that, to live there, and to move my life forward. And before, I think I used to look more for the big things, that everything was working out, But I missed out on so many little things. Like even at home, I don't sit up. Well, we don't have a balcony or a patio. Well, we have a patio, but I don't sit out there. Besides the fact that it's cooler here, probably because we're near the beach, than it is at home. But it's nice. It's so nice. So nice to be able to sleep and to be loved and accepted as you are. And that's what I was like doing today. They were leaving. I was like, people are leaving. They're like, "Do you already hug her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I don't get to very many hugs at home, but I do get them, and so I'm collecting them. I'm collecting hugs. But I guess like I'm a selective hugger. Like normally, if I see someone every day, I don't give them a hug. But first time, especially in certain situations, and like when they're leaving. But I'm not a person who typically says hi and bye with a hug, because then to me it becomes as meaningless as a handshake. So with selective people, and one thing that I need to work on, which I don't know that I have worked on it here, is when meeting people, when you shake their hand, like clasp their other hand, clasp their forearm at the same time on the other arm, so that it kind of like brings them in closer. It's a trick. Like it's a tip, to help people feel more ease and comfortable with you. So I need to work on that, but it's like been more informal get-togethers, and tomorrow school starts, and God only knows we don't know who our teacher is, but I'm gonna be done with school in 18 weeks. Like, that's kind of crazy. I'm gonna be done. I'm not gonna have school. And in 18 weeks from now, or less, I don't know how any of this is gonna work, but if I'm able to, like, I'm graduated, the plan is, to be living here somewhere, and I don't know where exactly. That's the thing. I don't know where. And that's okay, because I don't have to know today. All I have to know is that today I enjoy being on the covered balcony at my friend's house in Florida, and I can see the palm trees waving in the wind, and I can feel the breeze, and I can hear the animals, and I can enjoy the feel of the sand under my feet, and I can enjoy this moment of peace and know that, like my friend and I said, we're like, we have 72 hours. We have not quite 72 hours. We have 70 hours together. And that we're packing in as much as we can, but not in like a type A, like do. It's just like, oh, because we feed off of each other's energy and we help each other and we want to help each other grow. And today I was telling her about this. I don't know if you remember, but when I went to New York, I talked about this Morphus lounge chair. And I said, well, if I'm the one who makes it first, I'll buy you one. And she's like, well, if I make it first, I'll buy you one. I'm like, okay, sweet. So, we'll each have one. Because I said one of my dreams is to have a Morphus chair in every house that I live in. So if I live in 3 houses, and then this morning when I was leaving the house, I remembered to say, this was the house that I lived in when it all started to work out for me. And I saw signs today. Got aisle seat, window seat, just a beautiful day all around. And once I can have appreciation, and I almost forgot, I got a surprise $100 today. It was totally unexpected, obviously, because I'm here like, oh, I would never have guessed in a million years that anyone would have sent me money, or that the person who sent it, that I would have never guessed it. And I don't know why, and I think it's because I sometimes have a hard time, I said unironically, sometimes have a hard time receiving. And I'm working on that. And when I received it, I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm in the airport. I was like, wow. So I just was amazed. I made sure to shoot off an email right away. So just wanted to share that with you. But as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to me as I'm on the balcony talking to you, telling you about my day and how my first day in Florida was. So thank you again for listening. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.